Hi guys, thanks for watching. This is a video geared toward all of us that have been a little bit displaced by the coronavirus pandemic, geared directly to people who are presenting information like in a church service or a fitness instruction, where basically people are watching and observing this content live and then later watching it as a replay. And I want to introduce to you my very good friend, Peter Cook. One of your best credentials is the fact that you are a very good MacGyverer. So all of us are in a situation right now where we maybe can't get the resources that we actually need or have a best case scenario set up, but you're going to talk us through how to take what you've got, make it work. Tell us how you sorted this information.
Yeah, I know some of us have zero budget, and so I've got some tips for zero budget. Maybe you've got a little budget, like $500 to set something up, or maybe you're a bigger church or have a bigger organization, and so I have like a $2,500 option.
And we're going to cover today both platforms and equipment, because those seem to be some big questions that you guys have. So let's jump right in with worship services and concerts and shows and fitness classes, things like that. Peter, it seems to me that platforms like Facebook Live are a really good way to go with this. Number one, because everyone already has Facebook. It's not something that's new. They don't need a new piece of software to download. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, Facebook Live is a great option. The other one you would think of is YouTube Live as well, but if you're going to broadcast from your phone, you already have to have 1,000 followers to do YouTube Live, but you don't have that limit from Facebook Live. So I can show you really quick how to do that. Just go to the Facebook app on your phone, tap on that. Facebook will load, then find the page or group that you manage. You can do that by clicking the three bars in the bottom right, and you can click pages or groups. The process is really similar for either. I'm going to show you pages. So you click that, find the page that you manage, and then go down to publish, and then it'll give you a number of options, including live video. So you just click that right here, and then your live video starts up. Make sure to put your phone in landscape mode before you start recording. You can't switch modes after you start recording. You'll see these lists on the bottom here for different masks. So they're like goofy little filters. You can hit the button in the top right, that circle with a down arrow, to get rid of that. All right, now you're ready to go. Just hit the blue bar on the right, and live video will start in just a couple of seconds. And kind of a little pro tip, and if you've got a $10 budget, this is a little device that you can clamp your phone into, and it hooks to a standard tripod. If you happen to have one laying around, you can even just set it on a desk and kind of prop your phone in a general direction. If audio is important to you, say you're a musician wanting to put something out there, you can get a microphone like this one for your phone that literally plugs right into your phone's microphone port. If you have a newer iPhone that doesn't have a headphone port, you can. They have one that plugs into the lightning jack as well. That's $60. So you get pretty good audio from your devices already. So if you're leading yoga, you're not going to need a special microphone. But if you are in a music situation, you may want to invest a little bit on your $0 setup for that.
This is a good time to point out too that we're not being exhaustive with our equipment or our platform promotions, and we're also not being compensated by anybody. This is just stuff that we know that we've used, we know that will work well for people. So there may be better things out there, but these will work, because we don't want you to have to go researching 50 things side by side to see which one you should buy. These are just things that we know will work and should help you along your way.
Yeah, we've done the work researching this stuff and spending hours and hours trying to make sure we've got the right stuff.
So Pete, let's talk about like a $500 budget if you're wanting to do something a little bit more sophisticated.
So if you've got a little bit of budget and you don't want to use your phone for your camera, getting a real camera would be great. And you need one that you can hook up to your computer and have a good clean video feed. So this camera here by Canon, the R800, is $220, and it's available at Best Buy, so you can just go and pick it up right away. It'll do a clean feed, it's inexpensive, and it's got a good zoom on it, so that would be great. So you'll need to get that into your computer, and unfortunately you can't just plug an HDMI cable straight into your computer, because most computers, the HDMI is only to drive a second monitor, not to get video in. So you need something like this Elgato game capture. People are using it for capturing video games they're playing, but it also works to plug in your camera. Then you need to go from here to your computer, and you'll be in good shape there. You will probably also want a tripod. Any tripod by Manfrotto is usually a good bet. And this is a good one that can switch between video mode and photo mode. You'll need to connect all this stuff together with cabling. The cameras usually have a mini HDMI, and to get a long enough cable, you'll want a mini HDMI to HDMI adapter. This one's 15 bucks at Best Buy. And then you'll need the cables. If you want a long cable, Walmart has this one for 13 bucks. It's 25 feet. And you can go from that to your Elgato capture device. And the Elgato capture device comes with the USB cable you need to get that into your computer. After it's in your computer, you're going to need to load it and get it onto the internet. And so there's a piece of software. Now, your capture device may come with software. There's another free piece of software called OBS Studio. It's great. It's available for Windows, Mac, Linux, and it's super powerful. It's got a learning curve, so there's a lot of videos out there on how to use OBS, but you can do a good setup, and that will get it from your computer that you can push up to Facebook Live or YouTube. And to do that on YouTube, you just go to YouTube, click create a video or more up in the top right, hit go live. Don't worry, it's not going to like publish live right then. You can schedule this, you can preview it before your thing goes live. By default, it's going to do webcam. That's going to pull the camera from your computer, but you may want to just do stream here, and that is going to allow you to take the video file you're getting from OBS and load it into YouTube. All that equipment comes in right under 500 bucks. Maybe you already have some of that. Maybe you already have a camera you can use. But that's a good option if you need a more professional setup, especially if you're going to be shooting more than just yourself.
That's perfect, Pete. And just as a quick summary, so it sounds like we need a camera, we need the capture device, and then we need to take that into a piece of software on our computer so that we can get that onto the platforms like Facebook or YouTube. Is that correct, Pete?
Yeah, and don't forget the cables. I always seem to forget one cable that I need.
So Pete, if you're wanting to do it big or go home, what's the $2,500 option?
$2,500 gets kind of more into some pro level equipment, as well as maybe switching between multiple cameras or video feeds. So if we're going to do that, you may want to step up for a little better camera. This Canon G50 is $900 right now. It's got a bigger sensor. It's going to give you sharper picture, especially if you're wanting to do stuff in HD. If you want to do multiple cameras on your shoot, you could use this money and get a cheaper camera. Then you would have 2 or 3 cameras for your shoot. To switch between multiple cameras, you're going to need something like a switcher. So this Roland switcher, the streaming bundle, will allow you to switch between different inputs. And then this bundle comes with the capture device that replaces the Elgato one that we previously mentioned. It's kind of a 2-for-1 bundle for $1,200. Can't forget a tripod. This is a nice tripod for the price. Kind of gives you good fluid if you're going to be panning and tilting during your live broadcast.
And Pete, I think it's important to note here too that if we're doing this option, this is going to require a small team. It's not going to be a one man or one woman job, right?
That's absolutely right, Jason. The $2,500 is a small team. This is less a do-it-yourself. There's also this other switcher from Blackmagic, the ATM Mini, that is only $300, and it has the capture device built in. The problem is it's back ordered right now, and it won't be available for a couple more weeks. But if you're watching this in a couple more weeks, maybe this product's available. It could be a really good option, and you can run up to 4 different video sources, including up to 4 different cameras here. And then you'll also want another feed coming out of the switcher to see what camera you're about to cut to, and you just need a inexpensive monitor. This $90 monitor, that has HDMI in, is all you're going to need. We talked a second ago about OBS, and that's a great piece of software, and you can put that to YouTube, we can put that to Facebook Live, you can kind of send that to a lot of places, but you can only send it to one place at a time. Maybe you want to go to Facebook Live and YouTube Live simultaneously. And for that, there's this online software called Caster. I'll scroll up here so you can see the logo. Caster.io. If you go down to pricing, they have a plan that's only $10 a month, and it allows you to publish up to 5 different broadcasts simultaneously. So that's kind of just a great way, and that's taking your $500 plan I kind of said earlier and kind of turning this into a multi-camera shoot that's much more produced. The other thing you're going to need is to get good clean audio, and if you're a church, you probably already have a soundboard and can get some audio out of that. This here is a little device that has a mini input jack and USB out. Maybe you've already got the cabling to get that into your computer, but just you'll want to check on that, because some computers, they may have a headphone jack, but that may not work also as a microphone input.
Well, there you have it, guys. That seems like some great solutions for zero budget, $500 budget, $2,500 budget at all levels. Hopefully this is helpful, and hopefully it alleviates some stress from those of you who are thrown into bringing your church service or instructional class online. So hopefully this has been helpful. If you have any questions, drop them below. We'll do our best to answer them as quickly as we can. Thanks again.